Hey ladies, how y'all doing? Okay, so this is an open call. I want to send out an open call to anybody who has been abused by Kevin Samuels on his show. I want you to hit me up using the messaging system on YouTube. I would like for you to hit me up. I want to give a space for you, a safe space for you to come on and ask the question that you should have gotten answered on his show, to get some support in the area that you called in to Kevin Samuels for. So please do reach out if you've been abused on his show. I'm particularly sympathetic to you ladies because I've been abused by a narcissist on a radio show before, and it felt incredibly off-putting, and especially when you've supported someone's work. I've supported people's work before I knew what narcissism was, and just because I have independent thoughts and I have my own way of being, and I'm not just repeating and going along with everything they said, that they try to embarrass me live on the air. This was many years ago, but I'll never forget it. I'm really troubled by what's going on because there's a lot of misinformation that's being shared on that show, and that show is not to help black women, and it's not to help women. That show is to entertain dusty males who don't even like women. Most of the people, if you go to the chat, most of the people in the chat are MGTOW. They're like men going their own way. So I don't have a problem with men who want to go their own way. I don't feel the need to try to get them to stay. I feel like if you would like to go your own way, please just go. Just go. You don't have to burn the house down in the process. You don't have to abuse women because you don't want women. Just go. Just go quietly. Go silently. But they don't want to do that. They want to make sure that they're letting you know, I don't want you. 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 Okay, we get it. You don't want women. Go. Just go your own way, sir. So, anyway, the majority of people that are in the chat and in the audience are men who don't value women. They don't want to be with women. They are weirdos. I mean, I guess to each their own. Listen, you don't want to be with a woman, don't be with a woman. You have some of them who just want mothers that they can sleep with. So they want you to take care of them as a mom would, but they want to be able to sleep with you, But you need to provide for them. You need to cook and clean and drop them off where they need to go and give them gas money and make sure they get their bath and all of that. Be a mom, basically, but sleep with them. So those types of dudes in there. And there are a lot of dudes who are angry that many of us black women are disengaging from the foolishness. We're not being mules anymore. We're not allowing males to underperform and still be there for them. No, our expectations are going up exponentially, and they don't like that. So they want to try to make sure that you know that you're not worthy of anything. That's the running theme on the show. One thing that really bothers me about the show particularly, and why I'm putting out this call, is because I work with, I'm connected to a lot of women and men who are in the narcissistic abuse awareness community. And what else how would I describe this? Yeah, I guess the survivors of narcissistic abuse. There's an overlap between narcissistic abuse and domestic violence, because most perpetrators of domestic violence have a cluster B diagnosis. If they haven't been diagnosed, they have a lot of those traits. something in the cluster B mental disorder family. So there is a strong link between the Narcissistic Abuse Awareness and Survivor Network, as well as domestic violence networks who are helping victims of domestic violence. And Kevin is a raging narcissist. I mean, we all pretty much can see that. I mean, the interesting thing about these narcissists online is we have enough footage and we have enough data, we have enough input to be able to make conclusions about their personality based off of hours and hours and hours upon hours and hours of recorded content. So that's the great thing about these narcissists. And they're so addicted to supply that they just willingly share their malignancy for everyone to observe. So back to what I'm saying, there's sound effects on that show, which is a slapping sound effect. And I really am very disappointed in that women who are survivors of abuse are calling into a show that is making a mockery of them, making a mockery of domestic violence, making a mockery of violence against women. When you say something that he doesn't like, when you say something that is not mammy-like, when you say something that is not handmaiden-like, when you express an independent thought, when you show up as yourself and yourself is not acceptable to this narcissist, he will play a slapping sound effect. There's nothing cute about that. You can never be in a space where you say that you want to support Black women and you have violent sound effects surrounding the show. We Black women, at least I can speak for my metropolitan area, the rates of domestic violence against Black women, mostly perpetrated by Black men, is only slightly above other communities. So the Latinos, the Asians, the whites, we have the data on all of the domestic violence broken down by ethnicity. But one interesting thing about the domestic violence against Black women is that Black women are more likely to sustain serious injury causing hospitalization as well as homicide. That's our homicide rates, mostly Black men murdering Black women, is way above all of the other ethnic groups. Even though the numbers against domestic violence in general are only slightly above the other groups. However, our homicide rates and serious injuries are astronomically higher than the other ethnic groups. So we do not need anybody contributing to an environment which it is okay to play slapping emojis, hitting emojis, those not emojis, sound effects as it pertains to Black women. It is incredibly dangerous that type of environment, and you've got thousands of men listening to this. So these males, I'm sorry, I should have said male. These males are listening to this, and if which they express into the chat, that they already have a disdain for women, and they think that they're worth the scum of, not worth gum on the bottom of their shoe. And so they get to come there almost on a nightly basis and be affirmed in their disdain and hatred towards Black women, and hitting Black women, stomping Black women, slapping Black women, pushing Black women is all encouraged and celebrated on this show. So again, if you have called into Kevin's show and you were abused on that show, and you would like to have an opportunity to be addressed in a compassionate and loving way, please do reach out via the messaging system on YouTube, and we will go from there. We will see how we can create a space for you ladies to get your concerns addressed in a compassionate way. So I look forward to hearing from you. You're very unique and special, and you are deserving of a compassionate space. And don't beat yourself up. You know, we can be very hard on ourselves for falling victim to narcissistic abuse. You probably went on his show seeking male advice or seeking answers to your questions and had no idea that you would then end up being abused and belittled, publicly humiliated. So we live and we learn, and whatever I can do to contribute to creating a compassionate, empathetic space, I'm here for it. So I look forward to your commentary down in the comments. And like I said, if you know someone who has been abused on that live show, do reach out to the AfroCentric Woman. Thank you. Peace and love.
Thank you so much for sharing your time and attention with the AfroCentric Woman. Special gratitude to our subscribers. If you'd like to stay connected with this channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please do so by hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell. If you like this content, please hit the like button. If you have any comments or thoughts about the content shared, please drop down into the comment section and let us know. Remember, you are worthy, you are enough, you are unique, and you are lovable. And I appreciate you.